Today we're learning how to take a worksheet and make it digital or interactive for students who may be learning at home. Now, the first option is always to print out a packet for them, send it home, and have them take a picture of their work and send it back to you through an email. So that's always an option if that works for you. If you would like to find ways to make whatever worksheets you already have digital, then I have 4 options today that we're going to go through and discuss, and I will show you how I use them and how I think students could use them in the elementary level. And then hopefully how you as a teacher might be able to incorporate either one or all 4 of these into your classroom in the future. And as you have your students in class now, you'll be able to practice with them so that they will have practice if they ever have to do remote or online learning again. So the first thing we're going to do is I have a big packet of worksheets. So I have all of these kinds of worksheets. Now, this is a PDF file. So the 2 things we're going to use, which are slides and which are Jamboard, those are Google products, but we cannot import these worksheets as a PDF file. So what we need to do is make these picture files. And this is great because let's start with this, summer story problems, and I want my students to do each problem. So I'm going to press my Windows, Shift, and S, that's on my desktop, but there on a Chromebook, you also can take screenshots. But let's say I want this little part to go in my Jamboard. So I'm going to save it, and it's going to be in my documents as, let's just say, math problem 1, and then I'm going to go to my Jamboard. So to get to a Jamboard, you can find it in your little menu here of your apps. This little, I think it looks like a circle and a orange rectangle, and then you click on Jamboard. Now you are welcome to create your own like this. And then you can say summer story problems. And then I say okay. So right now I want to leave a clear background. I can set my background as dots. I can set my background as graphing paper. I can set it as lines. We're going to use a clear one for now because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this story problem and we're going to add an image. Like I said, we're going to select files from my device. And we're going to do, my quick access maybe. And my only trick is to make sure that it should be in my camera roll. So here I have my problem 1 for my math problem. And it says there are 8 boys in the pool. 7 girls jumped in the pool. How many children are in the pool now? And I may say, draw this problem. And I can make it bigger. And then when I give it to my students, okay, so this is slide 1. Now what's awesome is all I have to do to get to my next slide is go like this and go to slide 2. And then like I said, I can go back to my problems here. Oh, and I gotta find them. There they are, my story problems. And again, I click my screen capture and then I capture my problem. And then I save that problem and I'll save it as math problem 2. And then I'm ready to go back to my Jamboard and add my picture. And then I can search. And there's math problem 2. Okay, and I'll make this as big as well so that my students can solve on top of this image. So what's great about Jamboard is that they actually can solve right here on the board. So it says Sarah has 5 popsicles. So what's really great is they can take, let's just say they use a shape. So let's say the popsicles are this shape. And they have, Sarah has 5 popsicles. And then I'm going to just duplicate that shape. So all my popsicles are going to be the same. And you can teach your kids how to do this. Oops. And then you can, again, you can set up the work problem for them, or you can have them create it. And then it says Kevin had 9 popsicles. Lindsay has 4 popsicles. How many do y'all have? So if kids need it, they could add each popsicle. If kids don't need it, all they would have to do is say, with their little pen tool, they can say, Sarah had 5 popsicles. And then they can say, let's use a different color for Kevin had 9 popsicles. And then they say, Lindsay has 4 popsicles. And we need to find how many popsicles they have all together. So I obviously know I'm going to use a plus sign. So I'm going to say plus, plus, and my equals. Now, I do know that what I want to do is help my students obviously find a 10. So I'm going to either grab from the 5. So I'm going to say 9 and 1 make 10. And then I have 4 and 4 left. And so again, they can show that here by they can break up and decompose their numbers and say 4 and 1. And then they know that 9 and 1 make 10. 4 and 4 make 8. And so then their answer is 18. So they have a workspace here. They have this little pen tool that they can use. And I always recommend that if you're teaching your kids to use this Jamboard and the pen tool, to always hold down their mouse with one finger and then to draw with their other finger, because they'll have more control. And then again, I always like to tell them too, if they undo, then it will undo what they did. And let's just say for some reason they click clear frame, and then all their work goes away. All they have to do is go undo and their work comes back. So I really like this because they have space to show their work. It's like an online whiteboard, and they also could take this text box, and instead of writing it out with their pen tool, they can say 5 plus 9 plus 4 equals 18. And again, if you want them to show their work, you can have them write like here, like I did here. You can have them draw out each thing that they're using. And again, I just think it's a really good tool for you as a teacher to use. And then the best part about this is once you have the sharing link, so you can change the link to Carbon School District, so anyone with the link can view. And then you can click done. And then once you have the link, you copy that. And if I go into my Google Classroom, then if I want to, then I can add my link and I can copy it and paste. And then instead of letting students view the file, I'm going to make a copy for each student. So they get their own Jamboard and then they can work on them from there. So that's one way to do an online worksheet. So I'm going to stop this video and continue on in my next video. Now, if you think this kind of Jamboard thing would work for you, I would love to see what worksheets you had and find the best way to do them on Jamboard. So please don't forget, my extension is 3139. I'd love to sit down and plan with you or spend time with you doing these little digital activities, which are fun for your students. And then, like I said, you'll have them as well for any other time you want to use them in the future, because they're all saved right to your drive. Thank you for watching.